What is up? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here and being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this beautifully honest reaction. Shannon Sharpe, he is just not convincing a lot of people. Like, my first thoughts on the viral audio, thank God it was not a video, and if it was, I was not going to watch it. My ears have already been kind of destroyed with what I heard, with the growling and the constant saying of the government name over and over again to make everyone aware that there was a female allegedly getting smashed. Okay, I am just saying. But I want to share one, Tasha K's interview with Comedyhype, which went viral, that I discussed actually before. I talked about this a little bit before, but I'm going to share the video, and then I'm going to share what Camron said on the It Is What It Is podcast about Shannon Sharpe and his response to it.
Now, I don't think Shannon taking up the ass, but I think he giving. I do.
I'm gonna come out the gate, okay? There's a big conversation, or like a repeated conversation that keeps popping up about who's gay in Hollywood.
Oh,
constantly, yeah, it's out the gate.
Yeah. I don't know who's gay. I'm not in the bedroom. I know what I'm told. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. I ain't seen no in nobody ass. However, when the streets are talking, where there's smoke, there's fire. Definitely think Shannon Sharpe. And it's just like, you know, I've been around a lot of heterosexual men, and comfortable heterosexual men don't need to always defend their heterosexualness. Shannon Sharpe is always upset when somebody's saying that he's gay. Like, what's wrong? Even if you were or weren't gay, what's wrong with people labeling you gay? Like, is it that bad? Why does it hurt you?
I think that's why I wanted to kind of open it up, because it seems like, particularly in our community, that's like a thing. Like, I got you. Like,
that's a Hollywood thing. Not in the black community, but that's a Hollywood thing. So when you're in Hollywood and you able to make it up certain ladders and you got a heavy tongue and a list, we asking questions.
Got you. So you think it's the fact that he's associated with the industry?
Yeah.
You don't think it's the fact that he's wearing like tight jogging suits, he has a small dog, you know, those
the shade from...
Oh, I'm just...
I love it.
I'm just asking questions, though.
Yeah, you cool. No, absolutely. And, you know, about maybe a year and a half ago, you know, somebody put me on, very strong source in the industry, onto a stylist that Shannon Sharpe had, right?
Right.
And, you know, they were just like, please just take a look at the stylist that he has with him that goes everywhere. I have never seen an artist travel with the stylist. Normally they order clothes if it's for events, but for a stylist to follow you everywhere to the point where they're dressing you morning, noon, and night for every show that you do, and they're sitting courtside with you at every damn basketball game as if you Keisha K or Gucci Mane. And this particular stylist, shout out to the Hollywood Mugler, because that's why he got his comments on, because he would put up videos of him with Shannon, and he would always be focused on Shannon's crotch area or ass area. Like, these are facts. And the same stylist was exposed for exposing another NFL player for being down low. And so Shannon got this stylist everywhere that he goes, flying private to every party. The stylist hit me, he was like, Tasha, how did I get in the group chat? You know how you got in the group chat, the Hollywood Mugler? You doing more than styling. You styling your man. That's what it looks like. You know, we ended up putting that out, and Shannon Sharpe blocked me. I said, but Shannon, like, what man do you see going dressed down with a stylist to the point where your stylist has on jewelry that you know he can't afford on a stylist salary? Like, this is jewelry that like Floyd Mayweather would give like his hoes. So it's like, where is he getting his jewelry? Where is he getting these expensive clothes? You see what I'm saying?
Did someone not say they were related, though?
They're not related.
Okay.
Everybody calls Shannon Sharpe Unc. So he's like, that's my nephew. But when I put out that story, and he gets on like, I can't stand that Tasha K with that heavy ass tongue. Tongue so heavy, he can't eat no if he tried. Now, when he said that, he ended up firing the stylist all of a sudden. Because it's obvious that you're using this as a cover-up. And why do you get so irritated when people call you gay? Right. People call me a lesbian all the time. Do I care?
Right.
I don't give a f.
Right.
I suck every night and every morning, and that's nobody's business what I'm doing. But it doesn't bother me just because people want to label me a certain way.
Right.
Because I am, even though I'm not of the industry, I'm associated with the industry. Right. So of course that comes with the stigma.
With the territory.
Right. That, you know, we just free with our sexuality. But I'm a very conservative woman, but I notice he gets bothered to the core. Bothered just like Meek Mill out here screaming, I'm not gay no more.
So in transparency, in my process of building this, I had the gay rumor on me.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, due to Corey Holcomb. And that was due to some of the questions I was asking.
But Corey Holcomb likes his ass played with, according to his wife, his soon-to-be ex-wife. And that's the reason why they not together now, is because she would refuse to lick his ass or put her fingers in his ass. I wouldn't do it to Corey Holcomb. All them keloids he got growing on his head, his penal shaft and they get that white bitch Rita Jeter, lick your ass. That's his woman.
This is giving me like Cat Williams vibes on this clubshayshay. Now we can go to, you know, address Corey. I kind of want to keep opening up with Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah.
Now, I had a question for, I had an interview with Sean Khan. He was Richard Pryor's bodyguard, and we talked about Paul Mooney.
Right.
Paul Mooney had a little bit of rumors. He never came out. And Richard Pryor's bodyguard was saying, you know what, if he would have came out, then he would have now in today's time, would have amplified his career as this gay comedian that's black, but because now it's more acceptable.
Right.
But I'll ask you kind of in Shannon's case, because it does seem to be a conversation. Are you not? Do you think he should hide his sexuality?
No. There's a lot of money to be made in the LGBTQ community. He can get those checks too. He can cross over.
But he's a football player too, so I think.
And that would take the stigma off a lot of football players. I have football players begging me, please don't put out stories because these trans women are exposing them. It depends on where they're sitting on the bench. So if nobody knows them on the bench, I pass it up. If you on the field, we going live.
Now, as far as Shannon, what have you heard? So he just blocked you, never ever known.
Yeah, he blocked me because I put that out. I was like, Shannon, okay, let's say this is your personal stylist. What she is styling,
right?
Why all the perks? Why does he get backdoor access to games, front row seats next to you? Right. He's sitting up next to you. You got a bag. Like he is your woman. Jury down.
Maybe he just treats his team good, like his team.
Why the other team ain't sitting courtside with him? Why they ain't sitting next to him at parties and in clubs? Why he got phones on Shannon's ass? Now I don't think Shannon taking up the ass, but I think he giving. I do. That's my personal opinion. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And let's cut the nigga messy.
Okay.
He's a bit. Listen, he calling me messy. I own my messiness. Now you don't enter a very messy arena. Now you're being labeled as gay because normally LGBTQ play with these conversations like this. And now you're in these conversations and you're messy. You're arguing with other men. You're defending your gayness. All this like, come on. Heterosexual men, they talk about heterosexual things.
Right. Well, what's interesting, the reason why, just to kind of chime in on, I hope I'm not trying to make Shannon look a certain way, but the reason why I chime in on it.
The Hollywood Mugler made him look a certain way. That was his personal stylist.
When I did have my rumor that was floating around, I laughed about it with my family. We kind of that was like, it was funny. It was funny to me.
Yeah.
The only time it got interesting was when I just started dating a girl, and I didn't want that to be the first kind of impression. And because, there's a lot of down low men that exist. So I didn't want to have that.
And you in Atlanta.
Right. So I didn't want so that was the only time it got like a concern for me. But, as time went by, as we dated, that wasn't a conversation.
It didn't bother you because you know your sexuality. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to defend that. Why am I arguing about something that I know that I am?
Yeah, but, maybe, because how old is Shannon? Shannon's got to be over 50.
Yeah, so you should be real comfortable to say whatever they want to say. He up here flashing money. I made more money than you ever made off my Cat Williams interview. All this gay niggas talk like that.
He's 55 years old.
55 and you still ain't comfortable with who you are. You shouldn't worry about what nobody say about you, but he get tired.
Okay, but I mean in reality, because the last time we talked,
yes,
we talked about therapy.
Right.
So I'm looking at Shannon, I seen him flex his muscles on camera. I'm wondering if there's like those things and baggage that we're dealing with that he may not have been able to explore yet.
What you mean, like
therapy, like maybe it was picked on. It may not have to be a gay thing, maybe just like insecurities.
I mean, everybody got insecurities. We all do. Mm-hmm. But when you're at this level in the game, insecurities go out the door. You ain't listening. You gotta fix as you go.
My question is, since you are blocked by Shannon for right now, what would you tell him in case he's like a watcher of comedy hype?
Not a goddamn thing. Keep up the great work. Be you. Go nigga go.
So that interview, I don't know when it was done, but it was released earlier this year. So to have this come out now, which I still believe, my personal opinion is it was a stunt. Other people are feeling the same way too. And I don't care if other people didn't agree with me or believe or think the same way that I did, but I really find it refreshing, honestly. And to hear that other men are saying the same thing, because I've listened to a few other commentaries by some men who feel that this was just a stunt in the show. And Camron is one of those people that is sounding his opinion out loud on this situation. So let's hear what he had to say.
Apologizing to ESPN, then you're bragging. Thirdly, you say, you know who called me today? Cat Williams. He said, you ain't gay today. Why you gotta make an announcement you ain't gay? If people say you gay, whatever. I don't think you need to make an announcement. I want Pink a lot of my career. People be like, hey, Cam is gay, Cam is gay. And I'll be like, bring your mother around and see what happens if you bring your mother around or your sister. Let's see how gay I am. I don't need to make an announcement that I'm not gay. I'm not saying Shannon Sharpe is gay or isn't gay. I don't care what his sexual preference is. I think this whole thing was staged. You know what happens after that? He talking about, oh, y'all crashed the site. All my merch sold out. All of a sudden, now all the merch sold out after you on IG Live grunting. So I told you. Yeah, man, I think this was a ploy. I think it's a Ponzi scam. But if it worked for you, it worked for you. But that's my personal opinion. This was a Ponzi. Me and Big Church was talking about it. All of a sudden, you apologizing, bragging, merch sells out. You're not gay. It's too much going on in one Instagram joint for me.
Well, you heard it, folks, and I 100% agree with both of them. I shared my thoughts on what Tasha K said in that interview many months ago with regards to Shannon Sharpe, and I still feel that same way. And then what Camron said is true. It was really a lot. I didn't watch the entire podcast with him and Ochocinco, but him pulling out the packets of the testosterone booster pills or gummies or whatever those are that he says he takes on a regular basis to help him stay rock solid, if you will, to be able to do what he needs to do and to be able to put it down, whether the hip is fully functioning or not. And then him saying Cat Williams called him and said, well, you ain't gay today, and you know, like it was just like. And then talking about the merch that he sold, which I question that type of stuff sometimes, because it's like, did you really sell a whole lot more merch? Or are you just saying that to get people in the buying mood for the FOMO, the fear of missing out? Like, oh, all these people are buying merch. Let me go and get mine too before it sells out. Why? I mean, if people are that sheep-like to buy stuff from people just because they have a viral moment because of something that happened that was controversial, we really are in bad shape, guys. I know that Donald Trump loves to say that the country is going to hell and we're about to go into World War III. And sometimes it really does look like that. But I don't even really believe that things are as terrible as people like that say it is. But if this is what we are relegated to, then maybe things are a little bit worse than what I even think. But you guys let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.